Hi, welcome to Yoga with Tracy. I'm Tracy. Today's practice is ideal for when you're short of time but would still like to fit in some yin yoga. We will work on releasing tension in the body and mind as we work deeply into our body with passive, longer held poses. In yin, we are trying to find our edge. After a while, your body will open more and you may be able to move the body further into the pose. Try to relax, no pushing or pulling, and remember to listen to your body. If you feel any pain or pinching, back out of the posture. No props necessary, but you may like to grab a folded blanket, good if you want a slight lift off the ground for the seated postures, and also support for the knees when kneeling. And when you're ready, meet me on the mat. Hi everyone. I'm going to begin today's practice in a position called dangling. So turn to face the short edge of your mat. We want our feet about hip width apart. Fold forwards, allowing your spine to round. Bending the knees. Unless you have bad knees, it may be better to keep the legs straight. Clasp your elbows with opposite hands. We want to feel sensation along the spine, all the way down to the neck, and maybe a gentle stretch in the hamstrings. If you're finding the stretch too intense, you can place the elbows on the thighs. Draw your attention to your breath. Slow, deep breaths in and out through the nose. The breath is an important component of yin yoga, so throughout the practice, try and breathe from your diaphragm. Each inhale, feel your belly and ribs expand, and with every exhale, pull your navel into your spine. Find your edge and let your body slowly open up as we gently stretch the lower spine, loosen the hamstrings, and warm up the quads. We'll be holding each posture for around 1.5 minutes today. Come into each pose to appropriate depth. Resolve to remain still and allow gravity to do the work. Releasing your hands to the floor, heel-toe your feet in together. Place your fingers down on the mat and bending your knees deeply, come down into a crouching position. Round your spine and tuck your chin into your chest. If you can, forehead to the knees. Remaining in this counter pose for a few moments, smooth steady breaths in and out through the nose. Lifting your head slowly, take your hands behind you and come into sitting, legs straight out in front. Crossing your right ankle just above the left knee. Bend the left leg and bring the heel in towards your hips. Lean back with hands behind, fingers facing away from you. And to deepen the stretch, move your bum towards the left heel. To give the neck a release, lean the head back. Sitting swan is a lovely deep release for the hips. We're stretching the hip flexors, biceps, triceps, whilst we're also working the arms and shoulders. Another advantage is it allows us not to ignore the front of our necks. I think we've all heard of tech neck, where we lean and look down too much. But if you do begin to feel dizzy, lift the head back up. While you're in each pose, work to find stillness. Avoid fidgeting or moving around as best you can in order to release into the posture. Coming out of the posture, if you lean in the head back, lift the head back up. Stretch both legs out in front of you. Release the hands. Give them a shake. Shake out the legs too. Should feel really nice. We're going to repeat on the other side. Crossing your left ankle just above the right knee. Bend the right leg and bring the heel in towards your hip. Find the modification that you're comfortable with. To intensify the stretch, try sliding the hips closer to your right foot. If you feel any pain you've pushed too hard, back out of the pose as the sensation ceases. Bring your focus back to the breath. A slow, deep, even breath will create a relaxed nervous system, helping to calm the mind, which in turn will help the breath become slower and more even. Slowly coming out of the posture, stretching your legs out in front, giving the hands a shake, the legs a wiggle. Turn in to face the long edge of our mat. Spread the legs apart until they go no further. If stiff, bend the knees a lot. It's okay to have your feet flat on the floor. And if the hamstrings are tight, you can place blocks or cushions under your thighs. You may even find it nice to sit on a folded blanket to help tilt the hips. It will make it easier to come forwards. Beginning to fold forwards, you can walk your hands out in front of you. Coming into an appropriate depth, you want to push yourself to a point where you feel a deep sensation to help stretch your fascia and ligaments. However, you should never stretch to the point of pain. Guide your attention back to the breath. It also can give you something to focus on in the most difficult and uncomfortable postures. Remember to listen to your body. If you feel any pain or pinching, back out of the posture. Use your hands to push the floor away and slowly roll up. Inhale deeply, and as you exhale, turn your chest to the left, placing your right hand on the outer left knee and your left hand on the floor a little back. Taking 3 slow, deep breaths through the nose. Inhaling back to centre and exhaling, repeating on the other side. Inhaling back to centre and exhaling. Coming onto your hands and knees, facing the short edge of your mat. Take the knees as wide as feels right today and bring the big toes together. You might like to put a folded blanket under your knees and feet for an additional level of comfort. Dropping the hips back towards the heels as you start to walk the hands forward and melt your heart down. Bringing your palms together, bending at the elbows. Bringing the hands behind the head as the thumbs rest on the nape of your neck or your upper back. Keep the elbows on the mat. Relax the upper body towards the floor, and if you can, shrug your shoulders down away from your ears. If you're feeling any uncomfortable sensations in the low back, bring your knees in slightly. Close your eyes and find stillness as we relax into the posture. Allow any tension in your shoulders to drain away. Wild-legged child's pose is the perfect way to relax and release tension in your neck and back. And by adding reverse prayer, this lovely variation gives you an extra opening through your chest and shoulders and can help if you're tense or tight in the shoulders. Guide your attention back to the breath. Inhaling as the lower back gently rises. And exhaling as it releases. As the spine is lengthened and gets a lovely stretch. Although I would love to stay in this gorgeous posture for longer, this is a yoga quickie today. Slowly releasing your hands back down to the mat. Using your hands to push yourself up into a kneeling position. Bring your palms together in front of your heart space, Anjali Mudra. Thumbs up to the third eye and whisper Namaste. Thank you for joining me today. Subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon to never miss when I upload a new video. It's also a great way to help support free yoga on the internet.